Rain hammered against the tall windows of the Kensington estate as Ava Daniels, trembling, held the envelope that would change everything. Her breath quivered. Her heart felt like glass. She had rushed to the mansion after receiving a cryptic message from her fiancé, Liam Blackwood, heir to the Blackwood fortune. She thought he had a surprise planned. She was right, just not the kind any woman wanted. Inside the envelope were photos. Photos of Ethan. And her best friend. A hot sting rose behind Ava's eyes as she stared at the images again, Ethan lifting the woman onto his lap, kissing her, touching her with a passion he never gave Ava. Underneath, in Ethan's messy handwriting, were 4 words. "We should take a break. A break." 2 weeks before the wedding. Her knees nearly buckled. Behind her, footsteps approached, slow, controlled, deliberate. Ava wiped her tears and turned. Standing in the doorway, dressed in a charcoal sweater and with eyes that looked like they carried the entire world's storms and softness at once, was Liam Blackwood, Ethan's older brother. The real power behind the Blackwood empire. The quiet billionaire who rarely showed emotion, except when it came to family. But right now, his jaw was clenched. His eyes simmered with fury. "Ava," he said softly, "I didn't want you to find out like this." "You knew?" Her voice cracked. Liam exhaled, guilt tightening his features. "I tried to warn him. I told him what he was doing was unforgivable. But Ethan has always been reckless." Ava looked at him, really looked at him. Liam wasn't like his brother. While Ethan lived for luxury and attention, Liam was disciplined, refined, thoughtful. The kind of man who made room for silence and depth. A man who saw things. A man who, right now, looked like he wanted to protect her from the world. "I'm so sorry," he whispered. Ava's tears fell again. She looked away, unable to hold eye contact. Liam stepped closer, but not too close. Just enough to make her feel anchored. "You don't deserve this," he murmured. "You've always been too good for him." Ava tried to breathe, but her chest tightened. Anger. Shame. Heartbreak. All of it swirled. "Everyone warned me," she said bitterly. Ethan was charming, but charm fades, Liam finished quietly. Character stays. Their eyes met again. A spark flickered. A dangerous, forbidden spark. But Ava didn't trust herself, not tonight. "I should go," she whispered. "I'll take you home." "No, Ava." His tone was gentle but firm. "You're shaking. Let me drive you." She didn't argue. Because even though her heart was breaking, something about Liam made her feel safe. The drive through the rainy London streets was quiet, except for Ava's quiet sniffles. Liam didn't speak until they reached her building. "Just say the word," he murmured, fingers tightening on the steering wheel. "And I'll handle Ethan. I don't want revenge." "You want peace," Liam said softly. "But he doesn't deserve your grace." Ava swallowed hard. Liam always spoke like this. With precision. With understanding. As if he saw the things she was too afraid to admit. "Thank you," she whispered, unbuckling her seatbelt. Before she opened the door, Liam reached out and gently placed a hand over hers. Warm. Steady. Careful. "Ava." She looked at him. "You are not alone." The words were simple. But they shook her to her core. The next morning, the entire city knew. The tabloids exploded. Blackwood heir cancels engagement and seen with mystery woman. Ava felt humiliated all over again. But it was Liam who showed up at her door with breakfast, with lawyers to protect her from paparazzi, with security to guard her building, and with eyes that softened every time they landed on her. "I can't let them harass you," he said simply. She wanted to argue. But his presence, calm, commanding, quietly protective, was something her heart desperately needed. Days turned into weeks. And slowly, Ava began to heal. Not because time was helping. but because Liam was. He took her on quiet walks in the rose garden behind the Blackwood estate. He brought her flowers, but never roses. You deserve something unique, he said, giving her white peonies instead. He listened. Really listened. To her fears. Her dreams. Her insecurities. To her silence. And every time she spoke, he looked at her like she was the most important person in the world. One evening, as they stood by the estate's lake, watching the sunset paint the sky gold, Liam spoke without turning to her. Ava. I need to tell you something. Her pulse quickened. Liam rarely spoke without weighing his words. Whatever he was about to say meant something. I tried to stay away, he continued, his voice low. I tried to be appropriate. But every day I fail harder. She carefully faced him. Liam. I shouldn't feel this way, he breathed. You were supposed to marry my brother. But Ava. I can't stop falling for you. Her heart thudded. Liam's chest rose and fell quickly, like he had kept this inside for too long. You are the kindest, strongest woman I know. And every moment I spend with you, every smile you give me, pulls me deeper. She swallowed hard. Liam. I don't want to be someone's rebound. Then don't be. He stepped closer. Be the woman I choose. Not because you were hurt. But because you're extraordinary. Ava felt tears brimming. But people will talk. Let them, Liam said simply. I don't live for them. I live for what's right. And Ethan, she whispered. That, Liam said, eyes darkening, is no longer my concern. He reached for her hand, but paused, giving her space to pull away. She didn't. Their fingers intertwined. Warmth. Electricity. Relief. Healing. Everything she had once begged Ethan for, was here. Steady. Patient. Real. Ava, he murmured, just tell me no, and I'll walk away. But if you feel even a fraction of what I feel. She didn't let him finish. She stepped into him, resting her forehead against his chest, her voice trembling. I feel everything. Liam exhaled sharply, as if those words freed him. Slowly, so gently she almost cried, he wrapped his arms around her. No urgency. No pressure. Just a man holding the woman he had spent months silently loving. And for the first time since her heartbreak. Ava felt whole. Their relationship grew in secret at first, not because they were ashamed, but because they wanted to protect something delicate and new. Liam brought her to charity galas where she dazzled in midnight gowns. He took her to quiet dinners on rooftops, where he listened to her ramble about books and art. He introduced her to his closest circle, not as Ethan's ex, but as Ava, the woman who made him laugh again. And soon, the world noticed. Liam Blackwood spotted holding hands with ex-fiancé's former bride-to-be. But Liam didn't care. He held Ava's hand tighter whenever the cameras flashed. One night, during a Blackwood family dinner, Ethan confronted them. So this is it? Ethan scoffed. You stole my fiancé? Liam stood slowly, his height and authority silencing the room. No, he said calmly. You threw away the woman any man would be blessed to love. I simply picked up the treasure you were too blind to see. Ava's breath caught. Ethan sneered. You think she loves you? Ava stepped forward, shoulders straight, chin high. I don't think, she said softly. I know. Ethan froze. Liam reached for her hand. She took it. And everything changed. Months later, on a quiet morning in the rose garden, Liam knelt on one knee, not with a flashy diamond, but with a ring designed exactly to her taste, elegant, soft, timeless. Ava Daniels, he said, voice steady, eyes warm, I loved you long before I had the right to. And I will love you long after forever ends. Will you marry me? She didn't cry this time. She smiled. Bright. Free. Certain. Yes, she whispered. 1,000 times yes. Liam exhaled, relieved and overwhelmed, as he pulled her into his arms. Her past had betrayed her. But her future, standing right here, holding her like she was his entire world, had chosen her. And she chose him back. They both found a love worth protecting. A love born from heartbreak, but strengthened by truth. A love that healed them both. A love that would last.